Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this month's webinar presented by TalentCheetah at the intersection of AI and project management. We are Hiring Accelerated, and today is Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and we are humbled to have presenting today David Grimsley, and the topic of his presentation is Chattanooga Connects, Bridging AI and Project Management for Success. Before I talk about David and his many accomplishments, I'm going to very quickly provide an overview of TalentCheetah. We are an AI-powered hiring platform that connects decision makers with pre-screened U.S. project management experts available now for contracting and consulting roles. We specialize in helping scaling SMBs hire freelance or 1099 PMs for high-stakes technology initiatives. With on-demand access to 190 and growing highly specialized PMs nationwide, TalentCheetah empowers companies to scale faster and more cost-effectively. Our service is Cheetah Fast, and hiring organizations can connect directly with experts within minutes through our platform. Our service is flexible, providing PMs for part-time, full-time, short-term, long-term, on-site, hybrid, remote opportunities. And of course, our project managers are high quality. Everyone who joins our talent network is pre-screened. 80% of us are PMP certified. 75% of us hold a master's degree. And one of those PMP certified professionals is our speaker for today, David Grimsley. We are honored and super excited to have David as our featured speaker. David is the president-elect of the PMI Chattanooga Chapter and a recipient of the PMI 2024 Chapter Leader Impact Award. As an AI and project management thought leader, consultant, mentor, community leader, and in-demand speaker, most notably delivering insightful content on AI-related topics, David is a visionary. He has over 15 years of experience leading complex enterprise-wide digital transformation initiatives, spearheading AI adoption, and driving strategic innovation. David has a proven track record of aligning technology solutions with business objectives to deliver transformative outcomes. In today's session, he will give us a hands-on demonstration of PMI Infinity, Claude, and Gamma, as well as how we can use AI tools to enhance our professional presence, effectively showcase our skills, and productively note-take using AI collaboration tools. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, David Grimsley. Welcome, David.
Awesome. Thank you so much, y'all. And again, I can't thank you enough, TalentCheetah, for the opportunity to share. Again, my name's Dave Grimsley. I'm in PMI Chattanooga's realm. I've been a consultant now on and off for over 20 plus years, been in IT for 20 years. I've been in healthcare for 20 years. It's just a never-ending world. So what I really wanted to do, because I've been in your shoes, I've been in your world, I wanted to get you guys a tech stack. I wanted to give you something that you could take home with that's free or something affordable so that you can use this on four of your four of your jobs. I know that a lot of our project managers in the consulting space do actually have, a couple of extra side jobs, somebody, baking cookies or whatever, but really just trying to really help you guys understand where we're going. But I'm going to take you through a little journey if I can, and feel free to chime up. I'm very interactive, so feel free to ask questions along the way, put things in chat, but I'm going to give you some really great tools that are tried and true. But again, check with your IT departments, check with the people that you're contracting with, your main stakeholders, and just making sure that these tools are aligned with their company values. I don't want anybody to get demoted or moved out. But again, just check with your IT folks. Just wanted to preface that. But away we go. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you is Claude. Claude AI is one of the best tools. It's run by Amazon and Google under the performance umbrella. I did give some, I'm going to blow this up because I can't see. And basically, these are the breakdowns from
Yeah.
the trials and the benchmarks that they've actually done. I really like Claude because again, you're looking. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mute myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. I thought you were asking a question. So really, you're looking at a graduate level. As project managers, we kind of need graduate reasoning. What's great about Claude right now is you can take a snapshot of a report, a snapshot of your Gantt chart, whatever you want. You can actually use your phone and take a picture of something in the, like for me, I was in IT inventory for a hot minute. I could take a picture of a SKU and say, please add this to my inventory list CRM, or add this to my Excel sheet or what have you, and it'll actually do that. And I will start to go through that right now with you guys today, as well as I did do something really cool I'm going to share with you right now, but I wanted to show you the breakdowns of Claude AI versus ChatGPT 4. If you remember back in the day, hi, I'm a Mac and hi, I'm a PC. You know, the Mac people are more so of the ChatGPT kind of genre, very cool, hip. Got to get those really cool pictures. Then you have the Claude folks that are kind of nerdy. But what's great about Claude, and and I don't speak for the brand or the company, but really you can put over 1 million words in this thing, folks. 1 million words in a documents setting. It will spit out 1 million words if you want it to. It does coding. It can revamp everything. Like if you have no technical background and you've got a technical issue on your project team, you'll look like a stinking rock star. You can actually build your own batch files if your computer always freezes or you want to clock in early or whatever. You can click that and it'll automatically do things for you. But again, I just wanted to give you sort of a little bit of numbers because again, a lot of people, we do have biases, but I wanted to give you some solid numbers from a external Zapier's CRM kind of place, but a neutral party of those numbers. All right, let's go get in the program, shall we? So what's great about this is they do have a new project feature where you can actually put in all your artifacts in one go, and you can start working collaboratively with other people. And what's great about this is it is enterprise based, so you can hypothetically pass this along to your clients saying, hey, this is enterprise. You can work through it. It's also encrypted as well. It's safe and it's pretty much maintained. But this is sort of the collaboration space. And this is sort of what I've done. But you can actually start to build out some pieces. Like I've started building out a PMI newsletter, for example. And just basically it took me less than 6 seconds to really get some outlines going. But really, you're kind of going, Dave, that's just a newsletter. Let's see what really is going on in AI. So let's go to here. So I used to say, because I can't share my notes from my real job, so we're going to make some stuff up as we go along, so bear with me. But if you really wanted to, you can attach a document of anything that you want. Like your note, like your, what I usually do is I go from Teams. I know I see a lot of AI note takers. I just go from the transcript. This is a lot cheaper, by the way. Take the transcript, download it from Teams, because Team Copilot, I don't know about y'all, but it is okay. But this is a little bit more, really bit more refined. But you copy it and then you say, and you don't have to be an expert on creating a prompt. It's something really simple, like create me general notes and action items, and hopefully it will start to pop out. And again, it is now hallucinating, so I do apologize, but it's now creating an interface, which I didn't ask it to. So we'll see what pops out. But what's really great about Claude is it can make you some really cool items where you can put notes and action. Wow, that is really cool. Where you can actually build out some really cool things you can put on a website or even your own little GUI interfaces where you can put this in a in a shell place so you can start to play with it. I'm going to ask it to just make me a general. I'm just going to ask it just to make a general notes template. But really, you can actually, let me start back over. Sorry, y'all. It's not playing nice today because it's on camera, so you know how that goes. Let me go to my real one for a hot minute. But as you can see, I had an hour-long meeting, just got done. You can actually start to do some, be able to use it actually starts to trickle down your agenda points and everything else. The other cool thing that I wanted to share with you too is I needed a implementation guide. Anybody in healthcare or in IT on the call? Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I work in the Epic EMR space, and this is kind of crucial for me because we're the gray area between technical and operational at times. And so we have to create our own documentation. I don't know about y'all, but as a consultant, I'm making stuff up left, right, and center. But what I've done is we've really made an implementation guide for the technical team, and it took me less than 5 seconds. But really, just trying to pinpoint what you want out of this huge AI model of generative AI, of really being able to start to play with the numbers and things that nature. But really, what's really neat about this now is Claude is now going autonomous. And so Claude is actually starting to doing user testing, user functionality. It's also building reports and other items as well. And you can actually ask it to make me a generic uh, status report. Who loves status reports, y'all?
Mhm.
Anybody? I'll buy a
Yeah.
Coke next time I see you.
Hi, David.
Yes,
This is Rebecca. We have a question from the audience for you,
sure.
coming from
Awesome.
Alan.
Oh, sorry, Alan.
Yeah, Alan
Hello.
Zucker.
Yeah, come on board.
Hi,
So
David.
what about prompt engineering that you like?
Well, my question there is, I know I've taken a couple of, sort of courses where people are talking about prompt engineering and, how you have to refine it. And I didn't know if that was really a chat GPT thing or if that's the same with Claude, because it seems like as you're going through here, your prompts are just much more generic and Claude seems to be doing a pretty good job
Yeah.
of filling it in.
And again, you get what you pay for, right? So I use the pro version on Claude, but Claude also is the smartest one in the tool shed right now, in reasoning as well as some other items. I get really frustrated with Gemini. I get really frustrated with a lot of the easier ones that don't really have quantitative reasoning around them. So, but also too, did you notice that I didn't spell right? I didn't have good grammar. I didn't have all those things. I did that on purpose because that's why I like Claude so much, because it understands me. It's be able to build out some really cool stuff where you kind of look like a rock star. So yeah, prompt engineering is very crucial, especially when you get to like numbers, more granular items. But if it's like a note-taking piece or something that isn't necessarily like quantitative in terms of numbers, or you know has to be scientific. um I'm kind of the bad AI person saying you don't need to spend $1 million on prompt engineering. you just have to like get on the bicycle and just ride it and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And again, good input in, good output out. But again, it's just a matter of what you want to really develop. Like, for example, I developed I don't know who's gotten their PMP recently with study hall and those kind of items. Well, I created my own study hall off of Claude in 5 minutes without any prompt engineering. I was like, can you make me a study hall based off of the PMBOK 6? And it popped up the interface, and then I started writing about it. What I will tell you is there's a new thing about Alan. I'll tell you a little trick. So after each thing that you write about, ask it to review it and implement what it reviewed, because it will self evaluate itself. So it can refine itself quicker, faster, better, instead of you're frustrated. Like, I don't know about you, but I get frustrated after the fourth time of trying to say something to it, right? So yeah, does that help a little bit?
Yeah, so it was really interesting. I'm getting ready to do a presentation. I've been asked to speak at the International Project Management Forum in Dubai,
Oh, fun.
and I've been manually for over several years, been like, tracking and putting into a spreadsheet, project
So
success and failure rates,
okay.
from the chaos report from PMI, but I had gaps and I hadn't updated it. I thought it'd be a great thing to ask ChatGPT to do. And when I did it and I played around with the prompts many times because I had some of the data, I saw that the data that was coming back was not the same as the data that I had previously collected and found in those, actually in the source data.
Yeah,
And
and that takes me to my next one, Alan. So I just kind of put your little talk in here. I'm going to show you how to be a rock star in about 5 seconds. You ready for this? All right. So what we're going to do, Alan, if you can be my guinea pig, let's just continue on. So this is my PowerPoint rock star. It's called gamma.app. This thing is going to take you to the next step. So it's about 15 dollars a month, but I'm gonna take the generic outline that we have, right? And we're gonna put it in Gamma. So we're gonna paste in text and watch how cool this is. So we're doing a presentation, and we're gonna do traditional because we're fancy like that. And we're going to hit continue. So this is really a PowerPoint generator, and I'm going to get it some detail. I'm going to just put some items around. But what's great about Gamma is you don't have to worry about any video, any audio, anything else. It's one-stop shop. So you're paying for everything in one go. So I like to use Dolly 3 because
500 feet.
I like the if somebody can mute the person who's trying to get to their destination, that would be great. Thanks. So what we're going to do, Alan, is we're going to put about 12 cards in here for you. And then you can pick out your pretty stuff. I'm just going to go shuffle theme, but you can actually put in your own company's theming. If you've got TalentCheetah, for example, you can actually take your PowerPoint theming and put it on there, and it will actually put your logos on all the watermarks for you. So we're just going to generate this thing. And Alan, look how cool this is. While we're going to talk, we're going to pretend we're going to the coffee shop together, okay? While we're looking at how quick and fast and easy this is. So right now it's going pretty fast, right? So I don't know about you, but I can't type that fast. And what's great about this is while we're waiting for it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Gamma app. Gamma is also a great spot where you can share this with individuals for free to edit, to move things around. It's lightweight, and if you're a speaker and you don't want to bring your laptop to internationally because you only got one, or you've got to hop on a plane really quickly and you forgot your computer, but for example, that you have folks are going on, you can do that as well. But Alan, I'm gonna pull your head up a little bit. I'm gonna show you what we have so far. But I don't know about you, kind sir, but that looks pretty good,
oh, it's
right?
very nice. And so Gamma is a plugin to Claude, or is it a
No,
separate?
Gamma is a separate. I'm sorry, I meant to shift gears a little bit, but Gamma.app, and I'll have my. You know what? Let me put my link tree in here with all the
I'm
tools and
taking notes.
everything.
That's why my head's
Okay.
down. I'm taking notes on all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But again, you can also add, what's great about this is you can make this a splash page for an SOP. You can make this a document, a straight document from a website. You can also make it a website GUI. So let's just say you needed some stakeholder buy-in or something like that. You can create a poll, simply just clicking and going of, oh, this is, and it's connected to Typeform, Tally, Jotform, all those other items. But what's great is you can actually add TikTok videos, um, YouTube, have a gallery. You can also change things on the fly without having your computer go kaboom. So really, that is sort of where it kind of takes it to the next level. And if you don't like something, you can go, hey, AI, let's try a different layout. And it will redesign everything for you. And if you're like, oh, I don't like that photo, you can change the photo on the fly and you can actually change it, and it gives you some options. And what's cool about it is you can download it and you can actually make it into a LinkedIn post, right? So what you can do is you can go to Claude and say, hey, make me a LinkedIn post with emojis, and then you hop over to your Gamma and pretend to make a PowerPoint and get some photos. Pretty soon, Gamma will start to have social media pieces for us, but as you guys know, you are your brand, you are your company within yourself, right? So really just trying to do this. But here's the cool thing, and you'll really like this, Alan, is look, I don't know about you, but I like analytics, right? Analytics are key to our business, especially when we're doing a sale or we're presenting on a major client, right? You can use this without your company's knowledge, but really be able to understand who's viewed it, what days. But look how cool this is. How many minutes or how many hours has the client has spent on each and every single part of your presentation. So you're not going to be left in left field going, they didn't read my presentation. I'm not going to be put in left field, right? So that's a great feature. Not to mention is the percentage of who viewed it. Like how many views did Dave Grimsley view it? Oh, like that's sort of where we're going at. And that's why I love this tool the most. And what's really great about it is you get a stinking library of stuff, like every single thing. Actually, Rebecca, if you want to put in your the TalentCheetah website, I can do another example really quick, if you would like me to. But yeah, and you can also share. They just came up with this. So I lied about they just came out with AI images. Now you can start to generate your images outside, and they're pretty quality. Some of them are hit miss, but you can start to really see through some things, be able to really present sort of that. But let me just for TalentCheetah, let me be able to uh, create one from a URL, which is really cool. So if you've got a vendor or you've got, let's say, I work with Cardinal Health a lot, right? So I could put Cardinal Health, I could put Philips, I can put whatever website, whatever GUI they have. And again, it's beta, so it may be a 50-50 shot, but you can look like a stinking rock star by having all their information up, running, and be able to present like you know what you're talking about. Like half the battle is confidence, right? This brings you confidence, and let's see what it spits out for TalentCheetah. But here it goes. And there's your splash page. Here is all your information from start to finish. And what's great about it is it's light, airy, and you can send it not as a technical doc, but as a URL link. But what's great is you can export this to Google and PowerPoint and Apple. So it's very user friendly. The only downside is some of the fonts are a little wonky and you have to download them. But not to worry there, and they give you instructions on how to do that. But let's see how it did, Rebecca. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a cheetah, I think, right? So that's pretty good. And then, oh my goodness, that what it took 30 seconds, right, Rebecca?
Versus days, yes, that we took. I need this copy, David. I need Gamma. I haven't used it yet, but I'm in awe of
Yeah, and for $15 a month for a user, and what's great is if you drop your email in, I can send this to you right now. I can share it and you can edit it.
And so, Dave, a quick question for you. I saw
Yes,
that
sir.
you're using Dolly as your graphics engine. Do you need to have a Dolly or
No.
ChatGPT or Claude a license underneath of it, or does it just run the open versions?
Actually, what it does is it pays for your access. And you don't have to worry about any of it. That's what's great about it. It saves you money because, again, you look at Dolly, you look at some other items. For example, they just came out. So I'm part of you can be a part of their development team because they're looking for project managers to be guinea pigs on a lot of these items. So a lot of these AI companies are looking for people like you and I to say, hey, this product sucks. And they go, oh, okay, here's a sticker. And oh, yeah, by the way, we fixed it. So that's where we're at in the startup world of AI. But you don't need anything. Like you can create your own image. You can give it a prompt. You want square, landscape, portrait. What kind of style you want now? Oh, that's really cool. And you've got everybody else and their mother, and they give you a little bit of idea of like Playground 2.5, Flux Fast, Pro, Imagen from Google, Imagen 3, Ideogram, Dolly 3. So you get a good variety of things. So if it's not your favorite flavor, you can email them and
Mhm.
say, hey, can you add this for me? So that's pretty neat. But again, they're coming up with stuff left, right, and center. That's why I love them so much, is because those kind of things. But I'm going to keep moving forward a little bit. So we're going to go say goodbye to Claude and goodbye to um, Gamma.app. But this is Trove. Trove is amazing. Who does like surveys? Like anybody like surveys in the group? Anybody? Not really, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in really quick and I'm going to show you, and this is 88 compliant and it's free up to 30 people. So that's usually a good project team, right? So if you've got like what's your launch order to lessons learned or anything of that kind of nature, you could do that. This is what we've done for the PMI Chattanooga chapter, but you can put your own picture, your own images, but you can actually speak into it with voice input and you can talk to it. And what's great is you get the same responses and you can export it as a CSV file. So you can actually get the quantitative results, but being able to show in a little bit different light, right? So again, that's a freebie. And they actually are looking for folks to put in more time, but you can actually make the AI in all sorts of languages, not just English, but like if you got French folks, you've got people from Spain or whoever you're working with, you can actually have it in their language. But you can also change the tone of voice to witty. I wouldn't use witty on professional world, but be able to be humorous, concise, sincere, sassy. And what's great is you can actually keep it going and you get sent emails and be able to really do that. But for free, that's not a bad token for AI, right? So that's one of the biggest things that I can tell you. And then we're going to say goodbye to Trove really quickly because, it's just a survey, right? So really, I just wanted to show you a little bit of that, let's get some surveys going. But um, here is what I use on a daily day basis as somebody who has 4 jobs, works. I have 4 jobs right now currently. I'm on 2 boards. I speak full time, and somehow or another, I walk the dog at 5 o'clock every day. Right. So how do I balance all this? Right. How do I get a hold of my life? Well, Motion is amazing. UseMotion.com is amazing. What it does is it's your secretary of your life. So you can put tasks in, you can email these folks. You can email your own AI saying, hey, I need these tasks here for this time, this date, and it'll actually add it to your calendar. I think it can go up to 50 calendars in one sitting. So if you've got like multiple calendars that you need to put in, you can actually add calendars to it and it will sync everything up. Let's just say you miss a due date or whatever. It will change some things around. Now, if you promise you won't share my itineraries of everything, I'll share you some things. But what's really great is you can just click on something. And what's great is you can add descriptions, you can add a hard stop, you can add so many other descriptors, but you can also have, you can add your own project and you can add a workspace. So if you've got tasks that you need to accomplish, or their usability, they don't really have anything in terms of project planning or anything like that for task management. You can use Motion and make your own projects as a separate keep safe. I know that I always like redundancy myself, so I always keep everything kind of in that same spot. And also, too, you can look at team schedules. You can get the team version for, like, if you have a small little group of people that you work with, maybe they want to chip in and get the team version, or maybe you want to start sharing it with other companies. That'll be fine, too. But you can also bring out, when I met Rebecca and Jeff, I was like, hey, put some time on my calendar. Well, that was Motion, and Motion did everything for me. It sent out an email for them saying, hey, we'll see you in 15, and don't forget about this. And then if they had any problems to reschedule, it automatically reschedules it for me. So I don't have to worry. That's one thing less in my PM brain that I don't have to worry about. It's sort of like it's my assistant telling me what to do, and if I don't do it, it'll ding at me, and I'm like, oh no, I've got to run to the next races. So Motion AI has just been great. There's some others, but miles may vary. So try to find, like what I try to tell folks is try to find something that you really enjoy, something that you really want to dive deep into, and really be able to expound upon that further. And again, there's going to be many like them. And just try to find something that fits in your realm. Again, these are just examples, but this is something that works for me. And like I said, here's some tasks that you can actually put into a backlog as well as in review and to do. Because I don't really use that because I have ServiceNow. I use Jira on another company's stuff. So again, it fluxes left and right and center. So this is just another brain that if their brains go down, you have a third brain, right? It's always important to have that backup to the backup to the backup. And again, it just really neat. Plus, it integrates with everything in the mother, and it actually got me to update my passport finally. So I put the random stuff that I need to do, but it also puts it in from work hours, after hours, or weekend hours. So you can actually identify certain hours that you're working, so you're not having to fully try to figure out the world on top of trying to get all your projects under the flames, as it were. It's roaring, you got to put it out. You've got kids going, you've got all this other stuff going at once. It's a one-stop shop. The other thing I was going to share with you too briefly is, you're like, Dave, that's all great and all, but what about some other AI tools that are of just trying to find some things that are a little less, a little bit cheaper. I call it the dollar store brand kind of thing. Like what kind of things you want to get. You don't want to log into something, or you don't want to do, like, for a privacy purpose reason or something like that, or you want something quick. Pop AI is pretty good, and it has some new stuff. And again, I'm still looking for an AI that can actually make me a Gantt chart without having to do a lot of input. If you find that for me, let me know, and I'll buy you dinner and take you to the movies, because I swear I have yet to find something that is going to take my timeline and make it pretty. I've tried Copilot. I've tried everything under the sun. Sometimes it's hit miss, but Donovan, you're off mute. What's going on, kind sir? Okay, he disappeared. Okay, fair enough. All right, but anyways, it's just another piece where as we move forward in the AI space, we are seeing two trends that are happening: more data showing, more visualizations, but also looking at the other pieces as well. As we need mind maps, we need those kind of things. But the other token is where are our teams going in terms of like the emotion piece is happening in AI right now. They're looking at how AI is reading emotions. And so it's kind of those kind of pieces where we're going to start seeing some of these trends, but we're also going to see some of these pieces like Pop AI that will gather all these pieces for us. And is it perfect? No, but it's going to hodgepodge together like in a Play Store or an Apple Store kind of thing. It's going to, you have the premium brand, and then it'll have like the iOS Apple Store kind of feel, and then you will have the bottom brand kind of low value there. But we're going to shift gears a little bit. So we're going to talk a little bit about privacy really quickly. I know a lot of people are worried about privacy. A lot of people are like, well, Dave, I've got this client that we're working in government. I'm sorry, you can't really work with AI in government unless they give you permission. But if you're looking from if you're on your own computer and you're looking for something a little bit private, and you want an AI on your desktop, in your browser, Brave Leo, and it's a VPN based browser that it's like Copilot on Microsoft Edge, but it has a little bit more privacy into it, and it's more autonomous. But also, that's what Brave's all about: anonymity as well as privacy. That's their main feature, blocking all the cookies and all the junk, right? All the marketing stuff. Who doesn't want another marketing piece on their labels, right? So again, it's just one of those pieces where just wanted to share with you on this. Now, this one's a new one. This is a new browser called Arc. Arc is it's a mix between AI and an ADHD brain. You can actually pull tabs into one central location and really be able to really pick and choose some things. And again, you can actually watch a YouTube video while doing notes on the same, like if you have one window, it's really nice, right? So I wanted to share with that too, because some of this stuff is AI in the background, but it's not fully AI there. Now, a lot of us are working through brands right now. I don't know about you, but LinkedIn has changed the parameters of the world. From you're trying to get your resume out, you're trying to get some other items out. I know TalentCheetah is trying to help you, but from a branding perspective, it's no longer the resume world. It's sort of like, I'm an influencer, please hire me kind of motion, right? So again, this is another tool called EasyGen.io. But basically, you can actually start to generate for free, free's the tentative word, free, to really establish yourself a little bit more so of posting on LinkedIn, making it look pretty, having those performances boost up. Because the more you being seen, the more people get to know who you are, the more opportunities that TalentCheetah can say, hey, somebody called me. They see you on the LinkedIn. Let's pull you in. Let's get you going. Let's get things happening. So it's just another piece there. But again, it is free, and it's actually a Chrome extension, and it will integrate into your LinkedIn. Now, while we're shifting gears again, I know we're on a Jeep here. We're shifting gears left, right, and center. But I wanted to share something to you that no one will tell you. As an AI person, okay? AppSumo is probably one of the better options. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a monthly subscription, or you're looking for a certain tool, AppSumo is one of those places that you can find AI softwares, things of that nature, and it's for like $60 for the lifetime of the program. So it saves you, like, I don't know about you, but When I have a consulting gig, I kind of like to keep my tech stack kind of concrete and be able to use things throughout my career, being able to have certain things. This is another opportunity for lower cost. I know, like for Adobe, DocuSign, some other pieces, those kind of pieces are really hard to maintain when you're going from client to client to client to client. So trying to find your own pieces and then own that piece, it can be costly. So this is just another opportunity to lower your cost as a contractor and be able to go forth and conquer. And that also brings me to this one, Mavic. And again, it's more for creators for LinkedIn, but again, we are influencers, believe it or not, now as consultants, right? We are the experts of our brand, but also are experts of what project management pieces that we are implementing across the space, right? So trying to be able to balance those pieces. But again, you don't have time. You've got your job, you've got kids, you've got all these other things. This is just another helpful item. For 5 minutes, you get 50 results, right? So again, that's sort of what I'm trying to leverage you guys as, is trying to get your tech stack in line. But the other cool thing too, if you like the TikTok, I don't know anybody who likes TikTok here, but I love TikTok. I love just brain freezing out on a 5 o'clock, just scrolling through, going, okay, let me just decompress. You can make your own TikToks now. So if you speak like Alan, you're going on your journey in India, this would be ideal for you to take some of these your full clip of your MP4 of your presentation, or let's just say you're at a company speaker piece, or you're promoting yourself somehow, or you're on a Zoom call and you presented something. You can actually put the clip in, and then it will send you little short clips. And I bet you anybody who has a YouTube account or Instagram or anything like that, you're like, this looks really familiar. Like these kind of clips look very familiar. This is the app. It's very inexpensive, but you can use it for free a couple of times. So try it out, see what's going on there. But again, it's just one of those pieces that are like, oh, okay, this is where my brand is going. This is where I should be headed. But also it gives you some more opportunities to share. Maybe you're sharing a presentation and you're just trying to show your potential clients or potential employers what you can share to their company culture, and like, oh, you know how to edit photos and you know how to do project management? You're a jack of all trades. We want you. Grab, thank you. And you look like a rock star. It's all about looking like a rock star and walking out in a day going, I got pretzels in my bag. I'm going to the mall. Let's go have fun because they just paid me X amount of dollars and I can go about the country. And I didn't have to put a lot of effort into it. And it's just being able to have that knowledge share point, like I mentioned before. And I'm going to go back to boring now. I know everybody loved the TikTok pet place, right? But really, let's look at raid logs, right? Raid logs are our favorite, right? No one likes to look at that high stress. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do with this risk, what have you. This is raid log. It's free. It's for basic. It's free. I don't know, but what's great about raid log is you can look at. There's also a raid log template on this one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But it actually helps you with AI pieces where it will actually help you integrate certain pieces of like risk registers, being able to really dive deep in some of these. Because again, some of your clients may not have the products that you need to succeed. And this is just a supplementation of those products. And again, at the end of the day, we've got to make those projects hit the finish line, right? So that's sort of what I'm trying to bring home to you guys is, okay, let's get some raid logs together. Let's get some ideas together. But again, it's a free little piece. I'm trying to find a good screenshot of it. But again, you can actually see some of the product of like, oh, here's the risk impact heat charting. And you can start to really see, some of the RAID pieces there. going back to some AI things, ClickUp is actually the up and coming project management software program, portfolio manager software, really integrating with AI. And again, I love it because it does three things for you. One, keeps your notes in one place. Two, it's automated. So if something happens, it automatically does it for you. So you don't have to remember, oh yeah, I've got to turn this status to green to red to yellow to complete. It automatically does it for you. When your team completes a task, it automatically does it. I love that piece. I'm like, yes, I don't have to worry about that. I can focus on other things like Timmy just trying to get to work on time and we'll be fine, right? So that's what's great about ClickUp. The other cool thing is if you're in an agile, anybody in agile shops, yeah, they have some great agile forms that you can put out as well, and great opportunities to copy and repeat yourself a little bit more so. So again, I love ClickUp. ClickUp is great. And the other one that's really great too is Forecast. Forecast is a automatic one. It's a little bit more, I call it a little bit older feel. It's not hip and trendy. It's got pretty colors, but it does the trick, right? It's simple. It's got everything, but also too, it's got some really great, you know, great awards behind it. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Like, and again, I'm not forcing you guys to put any of this into your system. I'm just giving you the ideas of trying to find what works for you, how it can work for you, and then really establish something that makes sense to you. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to spend $800 on something that you could get for $5. Like, let's look at the meat and potatoes a little bit and be able to really establish some things. But again, you've got some timelines there, and again, it integrates with everything under the sun. And it also just depends on where you're at in your consulting phase. If you've got something on the side and you're doing TalentCheetah consulting 9 to 5, but you're 5 to 9, you're doing something else. This might be another token that could help you organize some things along the way. Speak about organization, and this is my last little tidbit here, is anybody use Notion? Notion is the OneNote that you can take home with you. Because again, how many times that your OneNote crashed, burned, get obsolete, the whole nine, right? This is what most startups use. And they just came out with the mail piece, but what's really great about Notion is you can make some really pretty spreadsheets. You can make your notes more customizable for you, but also it does have AI integrations as well as any like Dropbox to OneDrive, anything, and it can integrate with all your storage systems, so you can really start to pick through and transform SOPs, note taking. They have a project management template that is stellar, and you can actually have AI complete that for you. And if they don't have it, you go to Claude, you copy and paste, right? So again, that's sort of where you can really go. Not to mention, it goes on your phone. It can really look at your tasks, and it really just keeps you organized. It's like your black notebook back in the day when before computers were cool. They had like this little notebook that fit in your pocket. This is what this is all about. It's just a big notepad. But what's great is you can share half of it with your client or half of it with your team without having them be in other places, and it kind of keeps it sort of agnostic when it comes to Google Shops, Microsoft Shops, and etc. So again, keep that in mind as well. And again, mileage may vary, but I wanted to tell you today that you got a buddy in tech. I follow this stuff so you don't have to. I did put my link tree in the description, but I also have a lot of newsletters, partnerships, and a lot of AI tools that I use in my link tree. And you can always feel free to book time with me. I don't charge for booking time with me just to chat about AI, or you need some help with project management. I'm one of the PMI chapter presidents. And again, I'm here to support and guide you guys through your journey through AI. Is it going to be messy? Heck yeah, we're in the Renaissance. So again, enjoy the ride, enjoy where you are. And again, if you guys want to experiment on AI or just be nerds for a hot minute, just give me a holler. I'd love to sit down with you and just chit chat. But again, I'm at time. I wanted to leave some time for some Q&A. And thank y'all so much.
David, this has been wonderful. I can't believe how learned and knowledge you are. One question I have is, how did you find out about all these different AI tools? Was it a process of, trial and error, or did you hear about them from other people? Because you
It was
really
a
more than
yes. So what I like I mentioned before, I do have those three newsletters. I call it the Holy Trinity of AI. When it comes to newsletters, you have Tech Brew and you have some others, but Tech Brew is a great for just generalization of like governance, right? Governance is crucial in our IT space. The Rundown AI has free, like I know Alan was talking about free, like he went to some prompt engineering classes or whatever. They actually have free prompt engineering stuff there. They've got tons of tools, tons of resources. You can spend days and days and days on that. And the other one is Prompts Daily. This is sort of a prompting AI piece that is really just really phenomenal. So, but it's also trial and error too. Like there's Affinity AI now that we didn't even hit on. But again, it's just going forth and conquering. And there's a thing called Google, y'all. I just go into Google and just get lost. Reddit is another one that's dangerous. So be careful on Reddit because you can go into a wormhole. But I see Tom's hands raised. Yes, sir.
Yes, I just want to comment. Great talk, really, really. I really appreciate this. Great job, Dave. One comment regarding sources. Tons of free sources in the internet, no brainer. But there's an other problem. There's other problem. Time and the will. Sometimes we have time, but we have to do something different. And sometimes we badly want to do something, but we don't have time. And it's very difficult to find that time and the opportunity, like, free time on your calendar to learn something. So that's the biggest problem.
Right.
We are all professionals and it's really hard to find time, basically. So that's the biggest problem. I would not focus on sources. I would rather focus on our personal priorities and our own time management. I don't like this stuff. I hate this stuff.
And again, I preference back to some of my talks that I've had this year. I've traveled about 20,000 miles this year all over the United States talking about AI. And Tom, you're not alone. You have a cell phone, right, Tom? You have to go to the bathroom sometimes, right?
Always.
Download Claude. I kid you not. Download Claude, and when you're just hanging out or you're sitting and waiting for a ride on Uber or whatever, all I'm asking you to do is to spend 3 minutes a day. Less than 3 minutes a day.
Yeah, I have this kind of habit. Whenever I go, whenever I drive,
oh yeah, you hyper focus and you go
always.
Always going.
For me, it's ChatGPT, mobile app. I'm basically
But again, and again, that's how you learn. That's how you grow. Just getting into it. I was a admin, system admin for a while. And I was like, how am I going to grow how am I going to learn how to do servers, right? How am I going to do that? And I just incorporated into my daily routine. So when I started out, Tom, I had 14 projects going all at once, all on fire, didn't know what to do. Kids were yelling, dogs were barking in the background. Just got onboarded, and I had to build a hospital, right, from scratch. And they're like, "Oh, you're the IT guy. Go catch all. Go forth and conquer." And I'm like, "Okay, God, how can I get through all this, right?" So I get what you're saying. So what you can do is start implementing one little token or one little bit of things that and start implementing it into your day to day. Like start out with note taking. Start out with something small. Work through it, and then start building your own workflows. Reverse engineer your project to yourself, and apply it. And that's what I've been doing. I mean, I'm not no Bill Gates and all them. I just started just to slowly apply what I needed. And again, it's going to take time. You have time, even though you don't have time, but there is a large amount of time that you can really start to go forth and conquer. And I see in the chat, Allison, yes, you can reach me on my my link tree, my email and phone number and all that other good stuff is there as well. Love to talk to you about Epic. I'm building out right now I'm building out a huge telehealth presence across the United States right now. And I understand how difficult and wonderful Epic is at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship. So I'd love to chat with you there. Is there any other questions? I see some other folks in there. Any other questions? And again, y'all, I'm here for y'all. So this is just the beginning of our relationship, talking through AI. But again, I just wanted to give you a little taste of how to be a rock star.
Thank you so much, David. Really appreciate your presentation today. You put a lot of effort into it, and I think I speak for all of us, and I think we all got a lot out of it. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah, David, thank you so much. It has been so much information that we can take back and study. I know there are a number of different PMs who have used different AI assistants and tools. And so my question is for the novice, maybe the PM who has not used very many and is starting to explore. They want to be that trailblazer that PMI calls those who use AI within 50% of their projects. Where do you recommend, David, that a novice start? One or two solutions where you think that's probably the best starting point for someone who isn't as familiar as you are.
Yeah, so I would just really focus on the cheap and easy paths. Like, what is the easy apple to pick from the tree, right? Mine was Claude AI. Claude is smarter than the average bear, but it's also free to use lightly. And so try that. Try something like a generative AI model that can do all things. And then also, too, you've got YouTube. YouTube is a great source of information. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't do something crazy on, a presentation and not look at it kind of thing. Make sure that you're editing yourself, but start small. Like you don't have to be, and again, just a little transparency. I started AI maybe 3 years ago. And really every day I added a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And I started meeting people like yourselves. And I've got a network of people telling me left, right, and center. And really, it's all about mindset. I talk about mindset in a lot of my talks, but it's about mindset and overcoming that little tiny fear in your head going, it's too much. I'm not an expert. You don't have to be. And being able just to take a little bit at a time. And you can't eat the whole elephant in one sitting. So get your knife and fork out and start carving little pieces at a time. And that's how I usually tell folks. And again, those folks are not alone. It is a lot to, I mean, there's over 400,000 different AI pieces and not bits and bobs and pieces all over the world. How do you figure out what's best for you, right? So yeah, and again, that's sort of what I kind of focus on.
Excellent. Thank you, David. That helps.
Awesome. Well, I see that we're straight up at the top of the hour. To true project management fashion, we're on time, on schedule, and
Yes.
certainly on quality and on budget.
Yeah.
So thank you again very much for your talk, David, and thank you for all the Cheetah community and hiring companies that have joined us today. I hope you got a lot out of it as much as we did. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next Cheetah Chat.
Awesome, y'all. Thank you so much.